Tributes are pouring in this morning for Reid. The former Senate Majority Leader died yesterday at age 82 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. He represented the state of Nevada for 3 decades, becoming one of the most powerful figures in the Democratic Party and on Capitol Hill. NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Vitali joins me this morning with more. Ali, so Reid didn't always seem to love being in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, he was known as a shrewd political operator, powerful. Talk a little bit about his legacy that he leaves behind in Washington and a little bit about what we're hearing from those who knew him.
Yeah, Joe, a man who rose from Searchlight, Nevada, all the way to the top echelons of power in Washington, D.C. He's someone who, over the course of his long political career, elevated his home state of Nevada to the national stage and also fought for key issues over his tenure, both as majority leader and as a man in the Senate, helping to pass President Barack Obama's signature health care proposal, the Affordable Care Act. Someone joked in remembering him last night that it should as much be called the Reid Health Care Act as much as it's called Obamacare because of the role that he played in that signature piece of legislation. And you're right, commemorations from him are pouring in throughout Washington from people on both sides of the aisle. President Joe Biden, who served in the Senate with him, remembered him saying, "I've had the honor of serving with some of the all-time great Senate majority leaders in our history. Reid was one of them." Biden went on to say, for Harry, it wasn't about power for power's sake. It was about the power to do right for the people. And the man that Biden was vice president to, President Barack Obama, also remembering Reid, saying that in the waning days and weeks of his life, Reid's wife reached out saying that it was hard for Reid to speak on the phone, but she wanted letters that she could read to him. Obama shared what letter he sent to Reid, and in part it read, "I wouldn't have been president had it not been for your encouragement and support, and I wouldn't have gotten most of what I got done without your skill and determination." Obama finished, "Most of all, you've been a good friend." Joe?
So, Ali, he served as majority leader for 8 years. It's one of the longest tenures ever. You talked about the Affordable Care Act, but what were some of the other highlights of his time?
Well, certainly the Affordable Care Act is one of them. The legislative prowess that it took to actually power that legislation through on the Hill is still something that lawmakers talk about here, especially as we look to the current political landscape as they try to do a similarly large package right now with Build Back Better. But he also helped to usher legislation through right after the Great Recession, economic in nature. He also referenced, though, that he spent a lot of time here working on bills and legislation related to the environment and land, seeing Nevada as one of those key states that was impacted by the changes brought by climate change. He's also someone, though, who changed Senate procedure, and it made him a polarizing figure. He's the person who made it so that you could put forth and vote on nominees by a simple majority, and it's also something that then extended, while Republicans did naysay that move in the moment, it's also something that extended, though, when they actually changed it to be a simple majority to confirm Supreme Court nominees. Many people looking at that Senate procedural change both now in light of the debate around the filibuster, but also because of the way that Supreme Court justices were confirmed during the Trump years.
And Ali, after he left the Senate in 2017, he still remained important to the Democratic Party, especially in his home state. We're tight on time here, but just tell us a little bit about his final years.
Well, look, he is someone who really created a political apparatus in Nevada that extends to the truest grassroots, the unions, as well as the state Democratic Party there. It was called the Reid machine in some circles because it was just so powerful. During the 2020 nominating contest, for example, I remember, and there have been pictures that have been posted in recent hours that remind me of this, presidential candidates going to greet him. They all had to speak with him. He was someone who you had to have on your side in Nevada politics. And he always would say that it was important to have the grassroots in your favor. So he created such an important political machine there in that state and is a large part of the reason why we even have the Nevada caucuses as early in the calendar as we do right now, Joe.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.